Continuing with patch 10.2 PTR goodies, today we will be covering the new mounts. And this patch certainly has a lot of them, with 30 new mounts to be precise, which is just insane. So let's dive into them without further ado. I've tried to put these in some sort of logical order, but we'll be starting with the most popular first, which is the Shadow Dusk Dreamsaber. There are a hand of Dreamsaber mounts, but this one seems to be the most popular in terms of people searching it up on the PTR. Hey there, Rotan here. I make to-the-point videos about World of Warcraft, helping people obtain collectibles, cosmetics, and mounts that they want easily and quickly. If that sounds like a fun time, subscribe. After the Shadow Dusk Dreamsaber, we have a set of green mounts that are essentially all Emerald Dream themed. So this one's a new raptor type of mount that's kind of like a feathered raptor slash cat thing. But yeah, you're going to be seeing this section here is just going to be a lot of Emerald Dream, basically old mounts that we've seen that are just more green. So here's an otter mount, an Audic, but it's green instead of its standard colors. We're going to basically be seeing a handful of these in a row. After the Audic is a Dream Stag, which is a new type of stag mount. It's very similar to, I guess, the stags that we had seen, like the Talbuks back from Burning Crusade, except they're a little bit up-resed and green. Here's the Mammoth mount, which once again, without belaboring the point, it's a greenish version. They definitely just put an effect over all of these, and they're all going to be coming from the Emerald Dream zone. And here is the, I think it's called like a Slake Wing or something. It's the new type of Nether Ray that's coming from Zerlek Cavern. Once again, in the Emerald Dream is where this is going to be coming from. And to finish off these kind of Emerald Dream themed mounts, we have a Salamanther, which is essentially just the exact same model as the other Salamancers we've seen, except with a green effect put over it. So I can't really say that any more than I already have, so you guys get the point by now. The third most popular type of mount we've seen so far, while technically a new mount, I'll cover this more later, is the Flourishing Whimsy Drake. I had to show it in-game instead of in a model viewer because in the model viewer it's not loading properly. This is going to be the new dragon riding mount that's going to be coming from the quest line when you're starting to enter the Emerald Dream zone. Afterwards, this is the Season 2 PvP Gladiator mount, which is green once again. There's kind of a theme going to the Emerald Dream. Everything's going to be green or emerald colored. Speaking of, here is the Season 3 Mythic reward for getting to 2000 Mythic rating. It's an Armoredon that's green. Surprise, surprise. Now we have a unique one, which is the Crimson Vulpine. So it's one of these mounts, except I really like the color scheme on this. The resolutions, the textures are all great here. So now afterwards, we're going to be moving on to the rest of the Dream Sabers. So there's a handful of different colors of Dream Sabers, all going to be very similar though. So I just wanted to put all of these Dream Sabers together in one section so you can just kind of see the different colors that are available. So we've seen that Shadow Dusk one, now green, now we have a blue one. Up after the blue one is an orange one. I think this one's pretty cool. They all seem to be almost elemental themed, which we'll see as a theme as we continue on, is kind of these things that are relating to the earth or relating to the elements. Now we're on to the Dream Stags, which are kind of recolors and reskins of the Talbuk mounts. We saw the Emerald Dream version before where it was all green, and now we have different sets of them coming up. One thing I like to notice is the size of the antlers. I'm not sure if this is like a leveling system, not traditionally, but if there's like different rarities of them, or different difficulties to obtain these where the antlers are either bigger or smaller depending on how prestigious it is to have the mount. I particularly like this snowy and white one, but you'll see that, yeah, all the antlers are kind of different sized, which is very interesting. So this is the last Talbuk one, which is yellow, Dream Stag, not Talbuk. This is the last one before we move on to another new type of mount. Now, this new type of mount is once again a reskin. It has the exact same animations and skeleton as the standard raptor mounts in the game, but it's obviously like a cat or saber-toothed tiger raptor mix, which is pretty interesting, but it's a new type of mount that's coming in patch 10.2. Once again, I grouped them all together and you'll be able to see all the different color combinations that come with them. They're essentially the same type of color combinations as you've seen with the other types of mounts where they're essentially either elemental themed, there's always like a snowy looking one. I think it might actually be seasons now that I'm saying it out loud, like fall, winter, spring, and summer. Makes more sense than I guess elements. This owl is the mount that you get from the final boss of the new raid by killing Farak. It's a rare drop, of course. I think if you complete it on Mythic, the chance is almost guaranteed. There's two new PvP mounts as well. The Vicious Owl Beast in this case. This is the Horde version, and right after that you'll see the Alliance version. Now, after this Alliance version is done, that's the last mounts I have to show you from a model viewer, but it's not the last mounts that are in the game. There's a handful of Bakar mounts that you get. I'm not sure how you're going to get these, but essentially the models aren't in the game, but we've essentially seen all these before as basically the hunting companions that we've gotten in the Onaran Plains. So that's it for the new mounts technically. There is some new dragon riding forms and customizations, and a lot of dragon riding customizations for both the Grotto Netherwing Drake and the Flourishing Whimsy Drake, but we'll cover those those in a future video that's specifically dedicated to new dragon riding information in patch 10.2. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time, and if you want to see more patch 10.2 content, feel free to subscribe to see it when it drops. Take care.